We're back into the match. We got some knives. We got all the knives.
Did you see Producer Reese's little tag there? Producer Reese always wins was the raffle command. Can you believe that? Why don't we open a case now? Very quickly. Wait.
What is that?
Where is Happy?
What on earth?
What is this? Are you serious?
Happy is
this is the
most.
This is the most ridiculous GoTV bug I have ever seen. Is this real life? Is
What?
this what the hell was that? The thing is, is Happy going to be invisible for the match now? Is that going to be a thing?
The funny thing is, in Quake World, there is a power-up called Ring. It's a ring, you put it on, and you become invisible. Only your eyes of your model are visible.
Who is the raffle winner, Mr. Producer Reese?
That's what it reminds me of.
The winner of the raffle is Jin11.
Jin11, congratulations to you. We will see what you have won a bit later on as we are into the pistol round. And I am very curious to see if Happy is going to be invisible or not, but we'll have to find out. So, see now, normally this duel is unfavorable for the Ts because the USPS has better range than the Glock. But when you've got 3 Ts versus 1, then maybe the tide has turned out.
We do have an upper dark push coming in here. Aggressive move, I think, from Cease, but he does get denied straight away by NBK. So things looking pretty good for EnVyUs. They're going to be able to get into the bomb site. There is Edouard. Well, he was up on the window, immediately removed by Scream, and it couldn't be going better for EnVyUs at the moment. 4-on-2 with the bomb site. NaVi, of course, they're going to go for it, but it is going to require nothing less than the miracles to pull this one off, as Guardian is up on the upper dark area. And we've got Zeus towards the double doors. So at the very least, they have 2 piles of attack, but there's many players here to take down. Guardian, though, 2 quick headshots. He finds a quick triple, and Zeus with the one-on-one against NBK. Unbelievable result there. Guardian, this is why he's our shot caller. This is why he is Guardian.
Oh, they don't have time to defuse the bomb though.
Doesn't matter.
They're gonna have to.
That was a moral victory.
Zeus with the money shot flashbang there gave Guardian the opportunity to find all of those frags. 4 versus 2. What damage done there? But Envy still come out with the W. Lack of kit making the difference there for the French team.
Oh, they're doing it. The double scout. They got all the money, James, so they got the double scout. Double scout makes me satisfied.
Yeah, so Guardian's got the Kevlar Zeus with no armor whatsoever. And we can see early map control from Envy in the tunnels. We've got Happy just keeping an eye outside long. They're all making sure there's no flank. shox will go aggressive. He's only got a Mac 10 to lose. The rest of his team on the rifles. He has the SMG.
One thing they will have noted is very early on in the round, Guardian gave away that there was a scout. They may even know that there are 2 scouts. And that has to tell EnVyUs they need to make sure that they play together here. They cannot try to play the picking game, because if Guardian is able to connect some shots, you never know what can happen with those pistols in play. shox is going to make the entries towards the A site though, so those scouts are going to be removed and not really going to come into play. So EnVyUs have avoided, they've circumvented the nasty potential damage of the scouts and picked up the round win.
Yeah, NBK with a nice angle there. No damage done to the Envy side. shox will continue with the Mac 10. Presumably he will upgrade it in the following round. Is Happy still invisible, Dan? So we're going to cast a game where one of the players is just... he's the invisible man. He's just running around with a knife and there's nothing else. This is...
We can't even spectate him.
This is bizarre. So I think maybe a short pause after this round so we can get visible Happy back. So shox leading the charge again. We saw this in the old meta where the person with the SMG would go in and they would attack him just to find out the information. Rest of his team would come in like the cavalry with the rifles to follow. So Guardian, he's managed to get his hands onto a Galil. We'll see if he tries to save it. Location known already. The hunt has begun from the Ts with 1 player going for the flank. It will be NBK to finish him off. So we'll have a clean buy here from NaVi in the next round. Oh, Happy's reappeared.
Ah.
He's back.
Welcome back to our plane of existence, Happy.
Welcome back, Mr. Happy.
So
right,
3-0 for EnVyUs.
Guardian
and York comes in for a Guardian.
No armor on Guardian.
He goes for the full glass cannon mode. Let's see what he can pull off here. He is going to actually pop flash a teammate. So he's going to have a very passive defensive kind of opening instead of going for a faster pick. And having no armor, that's certainly a smart choice. Keep himself alive for more shots. opposed to taking a risk and potentially dying early on in the round. And they have that really classic 2B and 3 on A setup, where they've got all the players on that kind of line on the long area there, as you can see. And this allows them to team play well together and to respond to the pushes very well. And here we go, we've got the push in up on short from shox there, the A split being executed from EnVyUs. Now can NaVi hold on to this? Guardian is going to be key. NBK with 2 quick entries, and there's nothing Guardian can do. This is just a massacre there on the A bomb site.
Well, that's going to give NV a good opportunity to get a significant lead here on NaVi, as NaVi will be forced to eco. Well, if they can save these 2 rifles, then maybe they can get some kind of force buy. But let's remember that the Guardian started this round with no armor to speak of, having to buy that AWP. So the NaVi economy will not be good by any means. NBK looking to flash SmithZz in. But SmithZz gets flashed as well, comes in looking the wrong way. That's a free kill for SmithZz, which will make it easier for them to hold on to these guns. But NV, they are rabid dogs in situations like this, and they will continue the push.
They really need to take these weapons out. They really need to take down at least one of these 2. It's definitely worth the sacrifice. They can't do it though, and that's really nice for NaVi because, again, I mean, they've got lots of ways to play with this. They could either put both of them on B or both of them on long. You know, they can try to play to save them in the next round or have a crushing defense in one area. That's a common strategy way of thinking for this kind of a round. But are they going to just go for the buy, actually? That is... What's MBK trying to say?
I knew the troll. I knew the troll was coming.
Oh my god!
All right.
Happy is invisible.
So you can see this. this pause comes in.
Man, they're just straight up. They're calling me out. I like that. I like that.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, they do get the buy, and those kills at the end will definitely have helped. So it's their opportunity now to try and get back into this game before NV run away with the lead here. But even if they lose this round, their loss bonus will be pretty good. But they don't want to lose the round. Double up stand for NVS.
It's super important for them to win every remaining match as well, because if they can win all the remaining matches and including the victory against TSM tonight, they'll actually have a decent chance at making the qualification. So for the LAN finals, which are soon. So here we have the double ops trying to get those picks early on into the round. We saw yesterday NBK and Happy very effective on finding picks on the B site. They're at their usual hijinks once again. Edouard is going to be able to peek out as he spots NBK, takes the kill, and can they return it? Looks like they won't find anything. Yesterday they found so many kills there against TSM, but NaVi holding on and actually finding themselves the frag. So bad times here at the start of this round for EnVyUs. How do they save this one?
So nice flash, Guardian completely blind, but he is covered for the time being. Ooh, SmithZz looking for the pick as well. So again, despite the reports, aggressive warping is not dead. They'll be looking for the advantage here, and they can just continually try and get picks until they find one. flamie getting a very important frag down. That's going to be no flank from long here for NV. Last 3 players going to push the long side. Look at the angle flamie's got now towards the car area. Scream having to look 2 places at the same time. Now Zeus coming for support as well. Trades coming in there. Happy taking down Edouard towards B slope CT spawn. NaVi still in control of the A site. Guardian popping out, getting the frag. Only SmithZz remaining. He will fall as well. So, round to NaVi, they will pick up at least 1 AWP, and they survive with 4 players after having their economy ruined so bad. That will be very important, although they will definitely not want to be broken on this round.
And the problem for EnVyUs is that in investing in double orbs, they put themselves in a position where, on top of the extra damage that NaVi had been able to accrue in the previous rounds, now they're in a very poor situation economically. If they lose this one, they're on the eco, and that's coming about much faster than it should have done for them. So the high risk, high reward play of those orbs not paying off and giving NaVi a nice chance back into the game. They are setting themselves up for an A split. That's how they want to break NaVi, but is it going to pan out for them here?
You have to wonder if all those losses, trying to find the frags at the end of the round they won, play a part in this as well. Guardian doing what Guardian does, taking down one of the players there. Second one as well, that is the A site, completely clear from short. Remaining 2 players coming down long. Guardian has support from Edouard, who will pop out as well. He'll emerge before the flash goes down. Again, something that you used to see in the older versions of the game in a 1v1 situation. you'd find one aggressor, he would throw a flashbang down, but peek before the flash goes off, as opposed to after the flash goes off to try and get a cheeky frag. That's exactly what happened there, but it was Guardian throwing it for Edouard. Normally people do it for themselves, but nice little tidbit there. So Envy reduced to pistols, 2 smokes, and 3 flashes. Scream, bit of extra money there, going to buy some armor. And Guardian starting the proceedings fairly early, in mid now as opposed to the A site. So his location may be unpredictable as time goes on. He's using the range there to take down Envy before they can get a chance to abuse those Tech 9s.
Okay, so 2 left here for EnVyUs. Guardian knows no way you can stop this man. He is, as his namesake suggests, very good at holding anything down. And that bomb is very, very, very lost. SmithZz, though, I mean, he can just be really annoying and just wait close range. He did go for the peek in the end, but there's no reason that he can't just, you know, wait for them to be aggressive for 30 seconds. But I guess he gave them the respect and realized they'd never do that and just went and ended it to get into the next round quickly. So 4-3 now the score is. EnVyUs on a full buy once again, but
their money's in dire straits, Dan.
Yeah, that's the big issue, really. And SmithZz, he's going to be looking for a potential pick onto Guardian, but Guardian's not, he's not challenging AWP, AWP versus AWP.
He's back on
really.
short now. He's rotating all over the place.
On middle. I mean, I mean, it's only really you'll see him peeking that position when EnVyUs are ecoing, essentially.
Okay, so there's the aggressive pick for Guardian. SmithZz was around the corner, but he's not going to try and chase him down, and who would want to do that? He's just going to hold the angle, see if Guardian gets greedy, but Guardian knows better than to do so. See, Happy throwing the flash for his teammate, who will advance and know that short is clear. And Envy, they've got one player, NBK, over towards B bomb site, who's just got an opening there, actually. There is another player there, but that may change the direction of Envy. They were headed towards short. Now you can see the bomb rotating through towards the B tunnel. NaVi have to be paranoid about a potential push through double doors for a 2-prong assault onto B. And Happy still on short, so the options are still open to Envy as they've got 40 seconds left on the clock.
So we have MVK looking for... oh, well, Edouard's going to take him right down straight away. So the bomb, I think, would be spotted by Edouard as well. But the thing is that, again, EnVyUs can still go either which way with the bomb, so they're keeping it quiet for now. NaVi not over-rotating just yet, although that said, they have got 3 players towards A right now. They're leaving all of it onto Edouard. It's 15 seconds left. They still haven't seen anyone from EnVyUs. Now they know, and Scream gets the opening, and that is going to be the entries they need to secure the bomb plant. But there's still 2 players left here, Guardian and flamie. They might be able to pull this one off.
Happy immediately killed the player playing CT, who was going to rotate towards B as well. As soon as the frag came in on the B bomb site, that was great harmony there by Envy in the dying seconds of the round, and they've won it for their team. Guardian and flamie not going to retake. One-man disadvantage. Trying to retake a site when one of the 2 players has an AWP as well. Very difficult. Definitely would prefer an M4 in most of those situations, this one included. So they are not going to go for it here. Let's have a look at the money for both teams and see what we can expect. So there will be another buy from NaVi in the following round. EnVyUs winning in a crucial round there. Only hundreds in the bank there. Had enough money for a Snickers and a Ribena, Dan. Not much else.
The interesting thing about that round is I really respect NaVi's choice to put 3 players towards A in that situation, because typically you see CT sides put 2 on B and 2 on A, meaning that A would be weaker. And in theory, if EnVyUs haven't got any info, which they didn't have, that they should, in theory, attack A, because it's very easy to isolate one player. But NaVi said, hey, we're actually going to play against this, and we're going to put 3 on A. So they made an informed gamble, and EnVyUs just went for B. So whether or not EnVyUs just decided, hey, we want to go for B, or whether they predicted that, it's hard to say. But NaVi, I think they did the smart play, the smart, consistent play there.
So we've still got 3 AWPs on the map, 2 of which are on NaVi. So they've picked up another one. Edouard's playing the B site, and now he's got into position that will allow his teammate C's to rotate between mid and B as necessary. You can see him there looking through double doors, while the other 3 players are towards A. SmithZz just waiting for somebody to overcommit to try and get some information on the CT side, but he will not find an engagement soon as the 2 B players are in the site now. That smoke timing gonna leave NBK with nothing to do for a while. Hopefully he's got some pogs or something to mess around with in those B holes.
One thing
they do not look very interesting
is that they don't know that Guardian was AWPing on long, and this constant movement from Guardian is going to be very surprising, and having to deal with Edouard on the other side of the map with the AWP as well is going to have EnVyUs very fearful for a lot of angles. And it looks like they might try to challenge for a pick when this smoke goes away. again, yesterday they were so successful at finding B picks. However, NaVi have been holding on against that so far. And Happy running distraction here, playing the lurk towards the A site. Is he going to be able to get a frag and sell it? Looks like he won't. And oh, the spray coming in from SmithZz, it's going to do a lot of damage, and Edouard's there to support. This is looking fantastic for NaVi, but they are losing the bomb site.
3 versus 2 retake, and they're a bit far away. They've already got Zeus in position in the tunnel area. So he will stop a potential rotation from Scream. He just gets his head completely ripped off. Smith with the no-scope. Got 2 more to find. Can't get the angle in time. flamie will finish him off. And that was really interesting to see how NaVi were playing long there. As you said, Guardian was on long. He was holding the angle from a position where he could quickly rotate. Oh, they got the tentacles out there.
Stat track.
He was in a position where he could quickly rotate towards the A site. Then as time went on, he traded positions with flamie. He went into the pit, and Guardian went onto the site, and he was there just in time to take down Happy as well while he was running distraction.
The thing is about Guardian, I would hope to see him do it this round as well, because he wasn't spotted on that angle in the previous round. So if they don't play a really fast, long sort of play, and Guardian can get in position towards the doors. Although that said, they're actually going to push up middle for a quick lower dark foray here with Zeus. Now, can he get something with this? They won't spot him in time. He does take the first frag, but will be traded on, and flamie's there to support on short. He gets this one-on-one against Smith. He's going to win that one. He's going to have to back away soon. Don't want to throw away this advantage. Ooh. Oh, he's going to try to duel anyway, and they not only throw away their advantage, but now they're at a strong disadvantage here. EnVyUs are looking at taking this bomb site very quickly. Edouard, though, here he goes for the AWP. Can't make the difference they need, and Scream is going to secure that bomb site for EnVyUs. This shouldn't really be possible at this point for Guardian.
flamie went to the well one too many times there, but then again, who could blame him? If you're flamie, capable of such strong clutch, wouldn't you do the same? Guardian's like, hold on a second. I just got a frag. They haven't even planted a bomb yet. He has an opportunity to try and get this back for his team, and he is no stranger to clutch himself. Better on the defense than the offense in this kind of situation, though, as he is going to have 2 guns trained on him, trying to pre-fire certain sections where players can commonly be, but he knows better than to push into the site with an AWP versus 2 AKs. That is a very unfavorable situation indeed. If he can hold on to that rifle, then he's capable of putting in considerable damage in the following rounds, even if they can't go for a full buy.
The cool thing that he did there, though, was he actually went to the window to try to pre-fire the spot directly below the boxes. Because if there was, because he's basically saying there, if there's a player in this 1-on-2 who's playing that position, and of course he just goes to the pre-fire, maybe he could actually re-peek if there actually was a guy there, I'm going to go for it. But if he has to take a wider angle into the site where he's more exposed to more positions, his odds of taking it, because they can be anywhere, go down dramatically. So he did the smart thing again, the more efficient play. But yeah, I think flamie there, he got a bit too greedy.
Look at this short push. We've got 2 people here for NaVi. He looks away just in time, but hey, his Guardian comes back, finds a frag. This time they will not go through well too many times, looking into lower tunnel as Envy tries to find himself some map control. Short smoked off at the moment, but long is in control of Envy. NaVi know that they have a weakness there, and they've got 3 people pushing it, but who's going to find a frag? Happy taking down flamie, but he's got 2 more people to contend with. Zeus will find him with the CZ. NaVi got strong map control at the moment. Envy running out of options, but they've still got the AWP on Smith. They can still find strong openings. Guardian holding the angle there. He's used back on long now, so NaVi will be a bit stretched on the A site, and the mid doors are vulnerable, but Envy don't know that just yet. They need to identify where these players are, where Guardian is.
So he's going to get a drop on NBK. That's going to be really a nice advantage now for NaVi. Don't have to worry about long. Guardian has all the comfort to just take this duel as he will, and he has the support coming in as well. So there it is, Guardian taking down Scream, and he's going to find SmithZz as well, and that's going to be a nice cleanup there for NaVi. They are battling back well now against the resurgence of EnVyUs, who were able to get themselves to 6 rounds.
It's really great to see the angles that Guardian holds, the way he peeks. He's aware that it's very capable, especially with someone like Scream on the team, for him to be pre-fired if he's holding the angle from A slope. So instead he goes onto the middle of A slope. So instead he goes by the corner of the wall, which is a somewhat uncommon spot for an AWP to hold in comparison to the usual areas there. So Guardian always mixing it up.
They're going to try to bum rush him here. He's going to be in for quite a lot of frags with that nice new stat track AWP. But he's going to miss the first couple of shots, and Edouard is going to get some angles here. Guardian trying to get himself to Gandalf. He is going to make his way there safely. So, a bit unfortunate he wasn't able to capitalize, but there's no way that EnVyUs are going to get anything from this. I think they bum rushed that, hoping that there was a player close on the angle, but you can see that NaVi understood the money situation of EnVyUs. They're reading the rounds quite well because in a more normal round, they probably would have had someone quite close. But in this round, they're like, hey, we're going to play all the way back because we want to shut down a really fast cap timing, as it could be quite dangerous, and you could get a plan out of that.
Look at that score, Dan.
Be safe against the A-long.
He's 18 and 5. We're in the money. Does producer Reese have Guardian? Of course he does. Of course he does.
But is he the shot caller? Yeah, he is. Okay. But yeah, very smart play from NaVi. They're reading the map very well, reading the situation of their opponents very well. But now we have the buy. We got a P90 of all things on SmithZz and Scream with a P250. So they are actually looking for that fast cap play in this round.
You can see flamie getting the Molotov down there. Guardian was on the corner of long near the door, and he will have heard them jumping around on short. But here comes the push, and now flamie is definitely outnumbered. Oh, the flames coming in. He's got to push back. Who's going to get the frags first, though? shox going down. Bomb is being planted for short. flamie's still alive. Not going to win the duel with Scream, though.
And this is a round that EnVyUs played yesterday. It was successful in some occasions, but they did struggle in spots where they couldn't take the bomb site, just as now. And now they're just down to 2 players. In comes Edouard from CT. There's so many players here, and this smoke is soon to go away. And there's kits all across the players of NaVi, so they should be fine. They've just got one more left, and there it is. Scream goes down, and they got plenty of time for the defuse. And yeah, that's the big problem with that plant. EnVyUs did this loads yesterday. I think it's because they don't have a lot of rounds, but maybe like they relied on Kiyoshima for. They did, to be honest, play more of a picking style. Kiyoshima is very important for that. So that's more of like a set play round that they're throwing in. They threw that in quite a lot yesterday, and it wasn't successful enough of the time to warrant the volume of which they used it. So double AWP here for an RV. They're looking quite healthy as we go into the last couple of rounds.
Oh, look at it. President Smith ran straight into long and gets a kill with the P250. shox doing the same with the CZ onto Guardian. So super early advantage here for Envy. But can they hold on and take the round? The kills are coming straight back for NaVi, making use of those rifles. But we've got a difficult position for Zeus on long. Scream looking for him. And Scream's the last person who wants to be hunting you with a pistol when you've only got 19 HP. Zeus, though, no fear. Still going to try and get the frag. Scream, loose cannon on the long area while the bomb looks to go down onto the site. Oh, Scream will just make the save for shoxy there. He'll finish off Edouard. Now it's a 2 versus 1. And Zeus with 16 HP to try not to get traded. There's the first kill. Oh, he finds the second one as well and manages to dodge the Molotov. Just about saves it for his team.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous because Zeus was that guy that was having all that trouble, just that 1-on-2 on long, just popping heads towards Pier. Then that really weird fight against Scream when neither of them could kill each other, and he ran all the way around to finish off the last 2 kills. That shouldn't have happened, but that said also, that NaVi getting into that situation just generally shouldn't have happened. So Zeus with a great save, and NaVi, look at their money, they're screwed, but the problem is for EnVyUs is that they can't really capitalize on it.
Last round.
But yeah, indeed. So 2 ops for EnVyUs again. Here he goes, happy with a nice opening onto Edouard. That's more like it from EnVyUs. That's what they were doing so well against TSM yesterday.
Okay, we've got the counter nades coming in from NaVi, still in control of the site. Oh, that should have been a frag for Guardian. He's going to go to the well one more time. Misses the shot onto Happy this time. Does he realize that those are 2 separate players? Don't know, but one of them is rotating out of there. Happy getting naded a little bit. 61 HP on him. Oh, Zeus just striking NBK down on short there. Smith with 2 to find. He knows that there's still one there. Oh, does he? Scream comes in to make the save while Smith is exposed with a flashbang in his hand. That could turn around as NaVi left with 2 players. Happy taking down the Guardian as well. So we're looking like we're heading towards 8-7 in favor of NaVi. And after winning, I think 6. Let's see. Let's have a look at the order of
I think NaVi went
these rounds.
5-0 or 4-0. And
Envy?
before Envy got like 6 in a row or something. So, scoreboard, where are you? Where are you at?
There we go. So, Envy with the first 4 rounds, then NaVi bringing 3 back, and then NaVi with a good run towards the end of the half, but they're only 1 round ahead.
Yeah, I mean, EnVyUs did actually a very good job, all things considered. That being playing with a stand-in and playing against a very strong NaVi, so really good result for them.
Again, considering how close NaVi were to winning that pistol, it could have been very different if they had a kit.
Oh yeah, and we're going to see the Noah stack in the middle here. Happy he's going to be able to get 1 frag out of it as well from that stack. Scream pushing up a dog. They did this yesterday as well on their pistol on Dust 2, and it's panning out much better today as they have a nice advantage to work with. Here we go, Edouard able to bust up long. He's got SmithZz there, he's between 2 players, and 2 clean frags makes the difference. But the bomb is going to take a little bit of time to go down.
The flank from Long is coming in from shox as well. And he should get a free kill here. Indeed, he will. Edouard looking CT spawn. NV players running distraction. And now Zeus versus 3. Has control of the bomb. Has a minute on the clock. So still doable. We saw a 4v2 in the first pistol round. Look what Guardian did there. Do not count Zeus out just yet.
He's actually going to play for the A. And A is probably less likely in theory because of the ranges. If there's a guy on the site, it's going to be much harder for Zeus to win that duel, but he's able to get closer and he's got the smoke for the crossover if he needs it. And he's just judging whether he's going to need that smoke. He's been spotted and that's the problem. shox with that nice range going to take down Zeus and win the pistol for EnVyUs. So they get to start with a good economy. Now NaVi, they really need to make sure that EnVyUs cannot get those AWPs going. That's going to be a really big problem for them. In theory, it depends. I guess it depends how well Guardian can challenge them if he wants to challenge them with his own AWP, and we know that he's very good at that. But still, it's a dangerous game.
Time will tell. So Envy going for somewhat of a default here, where they have that quick surge down long with multiple players, make sure they take control of the area. Then they will start to back off and leave NBK in situ. He will be there with the MP7 for now. We've got NaVi players in a lower tunnel. Again, just being very careful. They've only got Glocks though, so you really can't imagine they're going to get much done in this round. Safety in numbers will be the key, but even then, close-up shot to the head. From there, they might do 60 HP if they're lucky.
So shox is trying to find himself some information. They're pushing up middle, actually. There is a play on his left and his right, so shox could get completely destroyed right now, and he is going to actually get taken out and drop that MP9. Edouard will pick it up as Happy is going to be on the scene trying to do some damage towards Catwalk. He's going to find the bomb, actually. That's quite a key discovery as his teammates can now rotate around that bomb as it's yet to be picked up. And Happy's trying to smoke it off as well. And they have to go in, and they will go into a rain of bullets from the SMGs of EnVyUs. So that's 9-8 now, and a clean round for them. And that's going to allow them to make sure they can get those AWPs going and get them going safely earlier on. However, we'll probably only see it on shox for quite a while. I don't think SmithZz will pick one up for quite a few rounds, but shox is dangerous enough as it is.
Okay, so NaVi with the fullest eco of all time in the previous round. Now we've got the AKs coming out. Once again, Envy with SmithZz pushing lower tunnel very early on. No one to challenge mid for the NaVi side. No vision of that push. But NaVi with trades of their own, 3 versus 3 now, and you have to have advantage NaVi here. 1 minute 20 on the clock. They're still in control of the bomb. That said, we've got 2 players heading towards long, where NBK is still holding things down. That is a perfectly timed smoke as well. So NaVi's options will be a little bit fewer. Oh, but look at his flank again from Scream.
Yeah, they're doing what they have to do. They need to get the pushes going in to eliminate the information. And also, looks like Scream's going to be able to eliminate the players, taking down flamie. But we do have Zeus left alive. Needs to get some damage in here. But he knows where Scream is. Gets the peek, but Scream gets himself that insta-dink from that FAMAS to win that fight. And 10-8 the score now. NaVi definitely suffering, having to go for their full eco now. As EnVyUs look very comfortable to get the AWP on, well, they still have the AWP on shox and to build that bank to hopefully have more in the future as well. If they deem it necessary, it very much depends on how they perceive NaVi and their T side and what the best options are against their T side. So we'll have to see how that turns out. SmithZz has generally been AWPing a little bit less than he used to.
Yeah, especially over to the B-bomb site. Maybe he'll whip out the auto sniper a bit later on in the match. For now, we're going to have NaVi poking, prodding through middle doors. They will find Happy, and that might slow down the advance in that area. Heading towards short now, but Happy will hear all of these footsteps, and his teammates will be able to prepare. You can see NBK rotating. It is an eco from NaVi, and he's expecting them all to be together. Safety numbers again, and he will come to support his players. Help shox to take down Guardian. Only Edouard remains, and he will fall to NBK as well. So normally in that situation, when you see a short push, you'll see NBK stay on long to try and hold it for the retake. But obviously, it being an eco, odds are that all the NaVi players are going to be playing together, especially with one already falling through double doors.
So now we have to look towards Guardian. He's going to be a player that can open up things for his team with that AWP. Now, where is he looking at the moment? Where is Guardian? He is still spotting towards middle, and they have a pretty standard spread across the map, actually. The guy holding up a dark, guy holding long, and looking for that kind of like 110 to 120 timing to take middle and catwalk, perhaps.
Interestingly, Happy's all the way down at long with NBK.
flamie.
It's just the CIS guys. So he came over from Hellraiser. That's why he learned to team wound.
Looking knife. So they re-smoke there, and just NaVi toying with the players on B at the moment. shox getting himself the aggressive peek. He knows that there's been a lot of presence towards B, so he wanted to make the information play and gets himself the kill. Will they go for the re-peek here? Looks like they are looking for that challenge. The hubris of Edouard, though, thinking he can challenge shox on that angle with the AWP. Not going to happen, as Guardian needs to equalize. NaVi going to go for that B split, but Guardian's going to go down. And this has gone from bad to worse.
Now the push comes from NBK on long, and that entire time, NBK and Happy were standing at long, holding hands. And now Happy will rotate back towards the A side. But I don't know why NaVi didn't just throw a flash for Edouard to peek short there. Because they had flashes in the bank, they were in the positions in mid to do it. Just throw the flash, let him peek.
And one thing again, just to remind you guys, EnVyUs need to win all their matches. They have to if they want a chance at qualifying. It's imperative. NaVi, they need to win 2 of the 4 remaining matches, this being one of them. So NaVi can afford to lose a couple, and they can still qualify. So it's not as pressing for them as it is for EnVyUs. And EnVyUs are taking a nice lead in the game at the moment. And SmithZz is going to find the frag on middle. So AWPing on middle. Not super common to see that lately, but he's going to find a second frag there onto flamie as well. And this, again, was a buy which was essentially a force from NaVi. They got a max consecutive round loss bonus, so they kind of just have to buy.
Look at that confidence. Scream coming down from the B bomb site, leaving it completely unguarded to find more frags into the short area. This is the same thing we saw. I don't know if Envy were expecting NaVi to be on an eco, just the way Guardian was AWPing through mid, when he expected the same. But, you know, and again, we said that Scream being on B allows Smith to have more freedom to run around, and now you can see him in mid. That might be it as well. But once this game resumes, we will see shox and SmithZz on the double AWPs here. So I think it's a pause for about 30 more seconds. Once again, guys, make sure you're following the channel. Once we hit 500k, giveaways galore, 2 for subs, 1 open raffle, Bayonet Rust Coast. Nothing for Dan. Definitely nothing for Dan. But you can see those 2 skins there. You can see the M4A4, Howl, and the Butterfly Knife Slaughter Factory new. Those will be going to subs. And the Bayonet Rust Coast will be going to one of you kind folk in the chat. Sub not required.
EnVyUs have got loads of money at the moment. This is kind of scary, to be honest. And NaVi is kind of falling to pieces. They're not able to... They're essentially getting picked off in most of these rounds where they want to get the picks going. They're getting picked off by EnVyUs, making little aggressive moves here and there. And the thing is that NaVi, they need to find a way to preemptively understand how EnVyUs want to attack them, which is quite difficult because EnVyUs have lots of different ways to attack you. We've seen lower dart pushes, we've seen the cat pushes, we've seen SmithZz AWPing up middle. These have all been issues. But this round, it seems as if Guardian, who picked up the AWP with no armor, the rest of his teammates fall behind with Tech9 armor and grenades, are going to take an early advantage. This just got really interesting.
I'm wondering if Happy was trying to push lower tunnel while SmithZz was holding the angle. Didn't work out either way. And where we saw SmithZz and NBK on long, this time we're going to see NBK and shoxy. We saw him creeping there previously with the AWP, trying to do the same thing once again. They're trying to hunt down, they're trying to pressure these guys. shoxy will fall, but NBK with the trade and still has control of long. So 3 versus 3. Last time we saw this, we saw Scream pushing, finding important frags on short to get the round in Envy's favor. Look at the angle that is being held in mid with that AWP. Envy trying to hold with 2 AWPs now, and this may be the right decision with few plays left, but Guardian is Guardian. Happy going down. That's going to give an opening for an assault towards the B bomb site. NBK is in CT spawn. Well, has he got the guts to run through? Scream's pushed B tunnel. Not sure if he was going to try and rotate around, but NBK's found the bomb carrier. It's been left behind that.
But flamie's close with the Tech9, and he's got cover from C's. There's no way NBK can survive. And what a round there from NaVi. And there's just so much stuff that happened from both sides that was super smart. I'll try to break it down really fast. I mean, obviously, it's really cool that NaVi are adapting to the game, understanding Tech9 is still super broken, and saying, okay, instead of just buying AKs with no grenades, let's get armor, let's get Tech9s and all the grenades. So that can... The grenades, what do? They win you positions very quickly, flashes and smokes, and that's going to give you a fast bomb plant. It gives you the utility you need to get where you need to go. And with Guardian supporting with the AWP, they had the fragging power on the longer ranges for the covering game. EnVyUs, though, they saw this after losing a man, they instantly pushed. They wanted to instantly know what was happening. And that in of itself is a very smart play to do instead of waiting, which a lot of teams would have done. So really cool stuff on that round. But now can NaVi keep it going? Because if they lose this round, they're done, James. They just spent everything.
Envy consistently putting 2 people close up in the long doors. And again, NBK positioning himself in a way where A, he will miss almost all of the flashes, and B, if they push the smoke, they'll be right in his face and he will be the one finding the frags.
Oh, wow.
shox trying to pop out, but Guardian is ready and waiting. Now the team know where he is. It's NBK, in fact, who's coming away from the long area, sending the aimer to try and get some frags. Should NaVi push short, A is exposed now. They have got to try and defend it. We've still got 2 people long for NaVi and only 1 person to defend it. Again, Happy's in a position where it's going to be hard to flash him. There's a nice counter grenade from him coming. But can he hold versus these 2 players? One will rotate. The bomb is going down as NBK wasn't able to hold a sight on his own. 5 versus 3 now. EnVyUs in a difficult situation.
Yeah, this is it was the danger round for NaVi. If they would have lost this, they would have been money screwed, and EnVyUs will win the match. But they have so far managed to stay alive. And there's the flank from SmithZz. Not much that SmithZz can do there, but that's okay for NaVi. Again, winning this round is the important thing for them. Oh no, Edouard going down. They're going to lose an AWP here. They need to make sure they don't lose another AWP. What is going on here? They're losing so many players. Great play from the remaining EnVyUs guys to actually get the exit kills, because they actually got a lot of damage there. That was quite impressive, and that will help a little bit. But we can see that NaVi can still put a full buy-in. But once again, EnVyUs putting them in this position where they got to spend all their money, and then if they then end up losing the round, they're going to have a significant edge on the weapons. But now EnVyUs themselves are having the money troubles, so it could go both ways.
Right, so double orbs continue for Envy. Let's see if they continue to put 2 people over towards long, or if they're going to start to change something up. Didn't work out for them on that occasion. So, we've got SmithZz towards the B bomb site now. Scream there for assistance. We'll see which one of those is going to be the more dynamic role coming out of the site towards CT spawn. Once again, nobody there at the moment, and they will probably send somebody there on a certain timing, will Envy. And you can see NaVi this time just having a passive angle on the long area in case Envy make an appearance. So shox AWPing from Goose now. Short wasn't working out for him, so he's going to back up. Try and change things up. NaVi will have to try and figure out where these guys are playing. See, they're all built up with 1 person keeping an eye on the B tunnels just in case a rotation is required. 50 seconds on the clock here for NaVi. Still options available to them.
And looks like they want to get themselves in onto the A-bomb. So they could go for the drop, though, all of them, and go towards CT. But they're actually going to just get Zeus up close and personal, up to crossover, takes the first duel. There's the second one as well from Zeus. That's going to be an easy bomb plant towards short, actually, for Edouard. He's got plenty of time to plant for long, but they haven't cleared it out yet. There is still a man there. And
Happy's still there.
Oh, great movement there from SmithZz. That tracking aim, and Happy is locking down. Long, he gets this. Can he get the second one? No, he cannot. 3 against 2 now. It's looking better and better for NaVi. It's on Zeus and Edouard to hold now. There's still some time left on the bomb for it to explode, but EnVyUs have opted being too far away for that save, and NaVi once again win another round.
Yeah, and doing significant damage to boot again. So that was a pretty interesting round, and again we need to focus on the NaVi money as they're winning the rounds, but they're winning the rounds with 2 people surviving, so they're going to have to spend a lot of this cash to get their full buyout once again. In the meantime, however, the NV money is starting to sap, but at the same time, their loss bonus is starting to build, so we'll see where the balance lies with that as these rounds go on.
Yeah, here we go. Nice, that's the old SmithZz, the old classic SmithZz there. And that is to take down the most important player, the MVP of NaVi. Guardian is down. They're going to go for a quick movement towards B now, and that could be the way to equalize the situation, but Scream going to burn down SmithZz, then SmithZz getting a frag in as well onto flamie. Things looking terrible now for NaVi. They abandon the push, and they have to figure out how now to clutch 2 against 5 with almost no damage done and no map control. Zeus going to get pop flashed out there, and frag onto Happy. That's a good way to start things off. A minute left to play with, so they have given themselves time at the very least.
Yeah, but they've got to be paranoid about potentially being flanked from long, so they don't want to be in the mid area for too long. And you can see Zeus just going to have a quick peek there just in case that flank is indeed coming in. So looks like they may opt for a B push from the slope. Maybe just going to try and play with the time they have to try and find another opening. The shot's going to be missed though, and NB will have the opportunity to rotate based on what they think might be happening. See, there are some adjustments going on towards the A site. I think shox getting a bit more aggressive there. Indeed, he is with the M4. Very sneaky position indeed. That's going to give him 1 free kill. The bomb as well. Edouard's going to just try and walk out of there. But can he save this gun versus 4? 20 seconds to do it. And I think this is looking a bit unlikely. There's the first frag.
God. He's in the air. Okay, sure. That makes a lot of sense, James.
That may be the frag he needs to save the AWP. But the flank is coming in from NBK through T-spawn, so we may see a meeting of minds here. Zeus have lost people to try and avoid.
No.
Oh, sorry, Edouard.
Oh, he avoided getting killed after time. That was close. That was really close.
I don't know how he managed to do that, but he did. So, Envy 2 rounds away from taking the match here. Their first match of the evening. 2 more Envy matches to come. Same for NaVi as well.
And we're going to see how important that orb save was. Because Guardian's going to have that one. He was taken out prematurely at the start of the last round because of SmithZz's peak on middle. And you've got to imagine Guardian's going to be a bit more wise to this. He's going to be mixing it up. He is actually still on middle, though, and he's going to be smoking that one off and just getting himself into position to deal with any aggressions. And so far, EnVyUs, they've got 2 players close to middle, actually. Kind of nobody playing in B itself, so kind of gambling there that no one's going to just slowly walk up. And indeed, EnVyUs will get away with that one, as NaVi have now surrounded the middle area and are taking catwalk control as well. So they've got all their options that they need, but it looks like they are thinking about this B play, that B split potentially.
Yeah, they don't have anybody deep into shorts at the moment, so looks like B may be the play. Potentially with Zeus trying to kill rotators. Guardian with an important frag there. Here comes the push. Scream going for the pop flash. Going to get some of them. There's a kill for him. Takes down flamie as well. Trade finally coming in from Guardian. He's not going to look through the double doors there, as there is an AWP alive on NV, so that would be unfavorable. NBK going for the rotation through T-spawn. We saw this yesterday again. I think it was against TSM where he got a free frag. And Zeus, he may hit NBK if he runs into the tunnel, but he's got someone else to deal with as well. Maybe a bit of baiting going on there. I thought, did he deliberately just try and bait so NBK could come in for free?
I think he did, yeah. I think he did, but NBK is going to get in for free anyway, taking out some kills, taking out some players here with these fast kills, but Zeus and Edouard are storming back into action. Zeus on the flank is causing loads of troubles for shox. He's going to go down, 14-12 the score, as NaVi pick themselves up another round, and they are coming closer and closer to tying this game. And look at this, EnVyUs, they've got nothing left in the coffers, no money to buy with, and it's Eco City for them.
Yeah, but if NaVi lose this round, well, they should be able to force it, so it'll be an interesting situation nonetheless. But that bait from Happy was really interesting and super cool towards lower tunnel, just to try and draw the attention away as NBK came through the tunnel. Very smart stuff. But look at the CT positioning. They've got people running all over the mid area. The flank is coming in already from Happy. Who else would it be? They've got shorts, but they've only got pistols. Thing is, with all this commotion now, is NaVi going to pay attention to the long area? Not going to matter anymore. It's going to be 5 versus 1. So Happy looking to get a cheeky kill or 2, pick up a weapon if he can. Not going to happen though. NaVi closing the gap to 1 round as Envy are 1 round away from match point.
Yeah, and EnVyUs have a decision to make here because they can't really afford AWPs. So their decision here was to buy and just you know keep the buys rolling in as they just have, or go for the save for big buy. So now they have to do it with no nades, 3 FAMASs. That's a position they've gone with right now, and they're going to go for a gamble. They've got 3 players towards B. They need to get some aggressions in. They don't have the grenades to really delay or to easily hold off big pushes, so they need to get the information first. That's the name of the game, and they might just go with an upper dark push. They've got, again, 3 players towards B.
Here it comes.
They need something to come out of this investment.
Okay, and NaVi can't be too distracted because the push could also come from long, and that might be a bit of a disaster. So Scream has been found. He's tagged flamie. flamie down to 24 HP. That's going to cause massive problems for NaVi as he retreats. Look at the map control that Envy take over. They're looking to strengthen their situation in other areas. Is Edouard going to see SmithZz? No, SmithZz pushing T-spawn. Edouard goes down, and we've got another team knife, and that's leaving flamie onto 2 HP. I know he's going to be pissed off with that. NaVi are in a horrible situation now where they have no idea what they have control of and what they don't. They've got 3 people in tunnel as SmithZz comes back.
Do they know he's there though at least, but okay, they will get him down. Well, that's payback for you. I mean, Guardian got knifed by flamie earlier, so...
Yeah, but look at the rotation now. Envy coming into the B bomb sites.
So it's such an important round.
And now NBK's in the middle of mid. He's top mid.
How did he get there?
And now they're going back into mid. If they try and jump onto Xbox with the angle he has, he could completely shut down this round.
Oh, he's going to completely wipe out the entire team. shox coming into play as well. He does go down to Zeus, who was towards A long, but Zeus now has to clutch 1 against 3, and he's got players charging. He's got 10 seconds left. It's all he can do not to die after time, and he will go down. That's going to be match point now for EnVyUs, but what a weird round, super weird round. But EnVyUs, they made the gamble of having a lot of players on B pay off with the push on upper dark.
There are these situations that keep happening to NaVi where the opposing team is on an eco. And we saw it yesterday as well. Somehow they lose the round, NaVi, in really some kind of weird, awkward situation. I think this is potentially a hole in their game at the moment where they just seem to be weak versus kind of bizarre and aggressive, risky eco plays by the ecoing team or forcing team. And it's another round they've lost because of it. And it was on Dust 2, I think, last time as well.
Yeah, and this time they aren't going to be able to get the better of Happy on middle. It was close though. Guardian with that flick shot almost landed it. But they've played 3 towards B again, going for that gamble once more, and leaving nobody on catwalk. That's the risk they're taking. They're saying to themselves, okay, the way we think NaVi will play is that it's most likely they will not try to take or push catwalk early on into the round. And very similar kind of style of thinking to how you have the 3B on Banana and Inferno, but we will have 1 player taking control of catwalk here for NaVi. So they are set up once again. They want this B pick. Can Guardian pull it off? If he can get this pick.
Look at the rotation from Envy. They are all leaving B, save for Happy.
But this is a big moment here for Guardian.
Is that Happy or Smith? Find out soon enough.
He's going to be able to take the frag to the entry on middle. Guardian is not going to be able to make the pick. He'll be seized onto Happy for a clean B bomb site. And EnVyUs are in trouble. They don't have the money to withstand a round loss. And that means that NaVi, after winning this, are likely to be taking it to overtime. Very, very likely, in fact. But that's only if EnVyUs are able to keep these weapons alive. It's very much in the favor of NaVi if they're able to hunt down these weapons, to take them out of the hands of EnVyUs. But that's going to be difficult. We've already got shox taking a defensive frag, NBK as well. 3 players there for NaVi. They've got to be careful not to give away the AWP, but they might have to give up the Ghost here. But that's a very aggressive peek from Scream. But shox is still dealing the damage, so a bit of a slugfest here.
Yeah, this looks like it might even turn out worse for NaVi than for Envy. We have to see how much money they end up with. Well, actually.
Oh, flamie.
Flamie. As long as he doesn't get knifed by his teammates, he's got enough health to finish off the remaining CTs.
So important. Look at the money now for EnVyUs. That was so important for NaVi. It's kind of crazy this week. We've had so many overtimes, and this game is completely geared to go to another overtime as well.
Okay, so they've managed to eke out the bye as well, so it did definitely work out in NaVi's favor after all. So they're in a good position to bring this to 15-15, but again, they can't be allowing themselves to get done over by a weird eco situation like they did just a few rounds ago. There's a first good opening there, but is that going to cause shox to push long? He has got the M4, the only important rifle on the team. Smith there with the sniper rifle. Okay, so all the nades coming in there. How much damage can shox do? How long can he hold on for here? Not very long at all. He will fall. Smith's with the scout getting 1 kill, but only 2 players remaining. Just pistols versus the AWP, 2 AKs and the Galil on the NaVi side. Scream going to get 1 headshot, but that's going to be overtime, Dan. This is a week of overtime. Bring me all the overtimes.
So many overtimes, it's crazy, but I mean... Okay.
Okay, now we need a little bit of minutes. A little bit of minutes.
A little bit of minutes.
I don't English, Dan. But hey, we did that raffle case, that case raffle, Dan. We did the raffle with the case.
Stop talking, James.
Let's just open the case.
End it all now.
All right. It was a Chroma 2 case, I believe.
And then we'll
Come on, give me tentacles. I never thought I'd say that on a FACEIT stream, but it's the first time everything. Oh, it's a pinky thing.
It's the Jinn. You know, that's, I think that's, I'm not sure. The Jinn is like genie.
Isn't it like a demon?
No, it's a genie.
Are you sure?
The Jinn was, I think it's the origin of genies. I think that's some kind of that thing like
if
that.
I'm not mistaken,
not super up on my fantasy.
The winner of this gun was called Jinn, and he's won a
He's won a Jinn.
I thought that the Jinn was like an Islamic term for some kind of like demon or something. But maybe I'm wrong. Hey guys, you could tweet me Tell me what Dejin means, because I can't remember.
Dejin.
And how to pronounce it as well, because I'm sure it's not Dejin.
I think it's...
You can tell I'm from the filthy streets of London when I say Dejin. I think it's called Dejin, Dan.
Dejin, mate.
I'm sure it's just called Jin.
All right, okay. Well, congratulations, Dejin.
When was the last time you had fish and chips, Dan? Cod and chips, specifically.
Long, like probably a decade ago.
Really?
Probably something like that, yeah.
It's been, you think it's been 10 years since you had cod and chips?
Most likely, yeah.
That's disgraceful, Dan.
Okay, maybe like 8 years. But something in that region.
How do you go that long without having cod and chips?
Because I don't go and buy fish and chips, James. It's not really.
Who are you and what have you done with Dan?
What are you trying to just say? Because I'm British, I must consume.
This should not come
like
as
a quota of fish and chips. I must consume annually.
This should not come as a surprise to me, considering you're what, a quarter French, right?
Yeah. And
you didn't even know what Roquefort was. Never mind not having Roquefort. He didn't know what Roquefort was. He had no idea.
I think it's your accent that throws me off. If you said it with a French accent, I would know probably that it's very cheese and wine.
Roquefort.
Then I'd know.
I'm not pronouncing the T, so it's kind of French. What do you want me to say?
So do you consume lots of fish and chips? You go out regularly and buy fish and chips. Do you take your dates to fish and chips?
I don't consume lots of fish and chips, but it's been less than 10 years, Dan. 10 freaking years. That's like more than 3,000 days. I had fish and chips in Glasgow, actually. I was in Glasgow 2 weeks ago. But that's I don't have it very often, but I have it from time to time. Because the cod.
I live in London, James. There's lots of alternatives. I don't think I've seen a fish and chips place. That's probably a good thing.
Opposite the British Museum, there is a cafe which, if I'm not mistaken, has lots of fish and chip dishes or dishes based around
it's just like
fish and chips.
You know, it's like the most simplistic thing ever.
No, I'd say potato.
It's not very fancy.
I'd say potato dishes are.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is, James. That's my entire point. It could be boiled, like fish that's crumbed as well.
It could be boiled potatoes as opposed to fried potatoes. So it could be simpler. It could be stodgier than stodgy.
Come on. All right, we'll end this madness. We have the first overtime. It has begun between EnVyUs and NaVi on Dust 2. Again, incredibly important for EnVyUs to take all their remaining matches. NaVi only need 2 of their remaining 4 matches to qualify for the LAN finals. Guaranteed.
I'm still finding it really interesting that Envy are consistently playing 2 people on long. And I haven't seen them do this consistently, like, ever, that I can recall. I'm wondering if it's something specific for NaVi or just a new style of play for them. You can see Happy's looking away. He's facing the wall as well because they're expecting a potential pop flash coming in from NaVi.
They have to mix it up. They're one of the top 2 teams to beat. So, well, we're going to have the push coming in from NaVi anyway. Up short this time. Guardian and Zeus, hand in hand, able to take control of that A-bomb site. Looks quite good for them, as the bomb is now going to be ferried over to the planting position. Now, we do have 4 players left for EnVyUs. And they are holding long down still, so they have a very strong retake possibility.
How does he do this?
But Guardian is going to just completely shut that down. So excellent stuff from him as expected. And Happy, he's got to wait for his teammates to give him a distraction to get himself up long.
Yeah, Edouard coming up short now. But it's only, well, Happy and Scream remaining. Scream on the slope. SmithZz hasn't found him yet, but he's going to find Happy and take him down. He goes for the spray. Here's the call from his teammates. Finishes off Scream as well with the spray done. Good control there. Only 1 person dying. Again, the rules of overtime that we didn't mention at the beginning of this match. It's MR5, 16k. What that means is there are 5 rounds a half as opposed to 15, and both teams start with 16,000. The most common rules you find in overtime are MR5, 16k and MR3, 10k. Unless you're at SRTV Star Series, then it's MR3, 16k, and it's an absolute bloodbath.
Okay, so just they had the opportunity in that round, actually, and NaVi did, to pick up a second AWP, but they decided not to. Just and on their T side, just leaving it up to Guardian. They've got 2 players close here, potentially for that Noah stack. There it is. Now, this is, again, a timing thing. Around this kind of timing, the 120 spot, most teams will find themselves towards the cat control and the Xbox area for mid pushes, and you can see the kinds of damage that you can get from it, but finally we're seeing a team, NaVi, able to actually trade from that. So that has become a play for EnVyUs that didn't work out. They got to take a risk. NBK is looking to push long for that risk, but he's getting blocked by Edouard. He gets dinked as well. Oh, he's lucky to survive with his life there. I think he got dinked through the door. And he even gets the kill. Edouard wanted that frag, but they're going to go for the B push.
SmithZz with his back to the wall, quite literally. And he's going to just about find the frag there. But how long can he hold on for? Not very long at all. 3 versus 2. Retake here for EnVyUs. Bomb going down, planted by flamie. They're sending Happy through to towards the tunnel. And now it's flamie, the clutch master of 100 HP, to try and clutch for his team. There's one frag, he's got 2 more to find. There's still a delay in NBK coming, he's only got 3 HP. Happy goes down really fast as well. It's a 1v1 situation, he's looking the wrong way. And he's got time to find the defuse as well. That could have gone either way. flamie so close to clutching that for his team in a 1v3. NBK, 3 HP. Going to be looking the right way at the right time.
That's smart from EnVyUs though, because I mean, flamie kind of has to gamble with his positioning. He can't. It's really hard for him after making those 2 kills to be safely positioned against everything. So he takes a gamble by just trying to get the peek on the guy, or be ready for the guy from. That's very likely, because usually you'd never expect 2 guys with 3 guys left, 2 of them to come from dark and staggered in the way that they were, not together for the trade. So, hey, you can't blame flamie for that one. And we're going to have the long take coming in here from NaVi. They got all the guns as well. NBK got himself into the pit. Can he hold with this, though?
Do they even know that he's there? It looks like they have no idea. And that's the bomb, as well as 2 frags for NBK. He's got 2 more to find. And now the 2-man push down long has paid off for Envy. But for how long? 3 versus 3 now. NaVi back in control of the bomb. Envy have info as to where they are, at least some of them. But they have no control of over half of the A site, and you can see that's going to cause shoxy to push short, because it's imperative they hold it at least for the next 20-25 seconds while they know the bomb at least was in the long area. Things slowing down now. You can see Edouard just keeping an eye out, seeing if there are any rotations, trying to estimate how many Envy players might be over towards A. Now we will see a meeting of the minds and a meeting of the guns into shoxy's face. Go the bullets. Guardian getting a frag onto SmithZz as well. That's the A site down. Scream versus 3. Can he find the headshots?
Yeah, it's not going to be all that easy for him, that's to say the least. And Edouard's already going to find himself just a running spray. So NaVi pick up another one, and they traded very effectively onto the A-long area. And that fast timing on A-long is something that perhaps EnVyUs had been in previous rounds looking forward to dealing with. But in that particular round, it was more of a standard setup for them with just NBK to respond, instead of the Happy playing very tight with NBK. So 17-16, and NaVi taking a lead in the T side. We've got the 3-man B play again. We saw EnVyUs mixing this in when they were in desperate places in the regular time, but now they've got all the money still, and they are mixing it in regardless. So is this going to catch NaVi off guard?
Okay, so they are pretty heavily stacked in this tunnel. Zeus moving away from keeping an eye on long. Normally, you want to have one person on the T side, making sure that the CTs aren't pushing through. But again, fast frags coming in from NaVi. Are they expecting a 3rd person, though? Hiding behind double stack is Happy. How many frags can he get? Seas goes down. They realize where he is now. He's got multiple guns to contend with. Only a pistol. He's got to silence them 4. Only 20 bullets in the magazine. They're all gone, and he won't find any more frags. So, 2 versus 4. NBK taking down Guardian. Looks like he might go for this one. He might give it a quick try, see if they can get a fast frag. Spotted flamie, goes for the repick. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Now they can do this. The flank, though, coming in from Zeus. Find shoxy. NBK, though, now in a 2 versus 1. Zeus just peeking, shoulder peeking for the information. And he comes out with the flash as well. We spoke about how these flashes have been used earlier on, and you're seeing another example of it there. Orb getting picked up. Last round of the first half, 2-round lead for NaVi.
And double orb for them as well. flamie picking it up. Of course, they can get all the ops. So again, in the last round, they got all the money. Those doors, they're going to get hammered with these AWPs.
Look at the buy from Envy. They've got 1 AWP,
nice.
An M4, 2 pistols, and that's it.
So many ops. I mean, if EnVyUs want to get equipped, they just have to make an objective to get themselves towards T-spawn, but they have made 2 frags through the doors. We have an aggressive push in upper dark. Scream needs to do this. He has to do this. He's got to take control here, get a gun maybe, get some damage done, and he's going to get the frag and fall back. He's even things up, but he's got no HP, no weapons, apart from that 5-7. And we do have NaVi in the upper dark area now. B is definitely going to be not so desirable in a spot like this. You can get caught off very, very badly if there's one player with the right angle, but shox will give an advantage now to EnVyUs with that AWP of his.
With the limited buy they had, look at the kills they have managed to make. And there's information for NaVi, but they need to find a frag following that information before they get traded as well. NBK pushing short. Can he find someone to take down? He'll find 2 and leave Envy only 1 round behind.
So that's a really good save there, and you know what? NaVi, they got punished. Happy peeked into like 3 AWPs, I just want to say, or middle, and he got a kill out of it and didn't die. Just want to throw that out there.
Happy
peeked into like 3 or 4 AWPs.
Happy breaks all the rules.
But the thing is, him doing that, which of course is very, very bold, if not to say stupid, and actually getting the kill away from it, put his team in a winnable position. So he decided to take the big risk and get the big reward because, again, if they were to rush B there, this is really hard for EnVyUs.
Now the French are knifing the sub-screen. Like, dude, got to get more frags. Otherwise, you're going to get shanked. Guardian getting a bit too greedy there. shoxy just ready, waiting, popping him in the head. Head bursts like a grape. Now, again, it's NaVi's turn to have the interesting positioning. It's Zeus trying to trade things up. God, will the follow-up nade get there? Just about, but Happy left with 2 HP. And he's got an AWP, so he's very dangerous indeed.
shox is absolutely murdering them on A long as well. Does get shut down eventually, and we get to a 3-on-3, a 2-on-3 now as they do go for the mid push into that B play. Scream opening it up onto SmithZz, and they are all very, very low here. Zeus could actually pull this one off if he's able to get some decent first couple engagements being decent. He can do this definitely with that M4.
Yeah, he's going to get very close indeed before the bomb even goes down, so he has the opportunity to try and get these fast kills. Look at the health between them. They've got 42 health among 3 players. Is he just going to brazenly walk through this?
He's got an incendiary. He really needs to use that as well.
You'll have no idea just how tagged they are. He spotted one of them.
They didn't see him. They didn't see him when he came through. He gets the spray down on all 3. That's ridiculous there from NaVi's Zeus. What on earth? How did they not? No one was spotting window. They had 3 players. Not one of them was spotting window. And Zeus got through and murdered them all.
The temerity for him not to shoot the first player straight away. It's like, okay, this is some information. Let me see who I can pulverize and then come and crush this fool. Unbelievable.
I don't know if he even like properly spotted him. I think like his peripherals saw some movement or something. I'm not sure. I'm not, sometimes it's hard to tell because some of these players play like on 4-3.
How do you keep your resolve as Envy 2 rounds behind with NaVi 2 rounds away from taking this match when that happens?
It was a bit ridiculous, but at least NBK is going to be getting them the pick on B. Again, Happy and NBK very good at finding those picks towards B. And once again, this round will be no different. SmithZz able to take down Guardian as well. So problems here for NaVi. They need to come out with some aggression. They've got to force back some frags to stop these advantages being won so easily for EnVyUs. But SmithZz is going to make it much worse for them. Trade comes in, but still 3-on-2 with EnVyUs up on the A bomb site very shortly. But that bomb does still need to get its way around, and it's going to go towards long. So NaVi actually have a chance, but SmithZz doesn't have an angle. That's unfortunate. And he has no idea that the bomb is to be coming across. But if he can catch him, like he's going to throw the bomb across. That's smart. Okay.
Yeah, this 1v3 is going to be even more difficult than the last one, and he is not going to go for it. 1v3 with an AWP, when you are on the offense, is a pretty bad situation, Dan.
Especially on the B rotate away. It is, yeah, there's no angles really that are good.
And let's not forget, this is MR5. It starts with 16k, but bear in mind, that's 5 rounds where you started with 16k. We saw at the end of the first half, Envy only could bring 2 rifles out of the bag. So, NaVi, don't want to be in a similar situation. Definitely worth holding on to this AWP.
That is very true. We'll see their money momentarily as well. And that will inform us as to how these last few rounds are going to go. How are we doing here? So, alright, so everyone's still with quite a lot of cash to play with. Although that said, NaVi's starting to get a bit low, and that's because
Zeus?
Zeus is getting the...
Look at his kills.
Yeah, we did get Zeus.
He is top fragging, 34 for 24.
I think we had Zeus, SmithZz, and Guardian, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright. So, let's see if this auto can get things going again. The Ric Flair of Counter-Strike, dirtiest player in the game. How many frags will it find on this occasion? Got almost a double peak going on there. Edouard coming in first. SmithZz still here to try and hold down the site. That flash will put Happy away from the angle, but will reveal the position of SmithZz. Not that the Envy will be able to do much of it now that it has been smoked.
So NaVi's is out. EnVyUs, they need to get themselves all of the rest to make it happen. That is what is asked of them. So Zeus here on this position towards long could be quite devastating. shox is still waiting there for somebody to push.
You can see Zeus's crosshair is quite low, and you can see the length, the height with the legs, and that's exactly why he's expecting a crouch peek to come in. So he effectively shoots shoxy in the chest, whereas if he aimed for like the top of his chest and shoxy crouched, then he would have missed completely.
And of course, you know, is this an auto sniper? you want to be hitting the shots, because you can always shoot that second one very quickly. You don't want to miss the first one. And they're very smart indeed. And they are not having the best time of it on these picking situations. It was only Happy originally to take the first kill, but there it is. Smith now against Guardian. Orp against Orp. Who is going to come out on top? Well, Guardian will fall back and play it safe, but now he comes back in. And I got to say, I really enjoy, at the moment, I enjoy watching Guardian Orp the most of all the Orpers.
He is such a complete Orper. The way he moves with the Orp, not just offensively, but defensively there, where he's baiting the shots out from his opponents and then changing his position again, and how he does it defensively, where he's putting himself in unexpected positions, and how he knows where certain players are going to play and will peak in certain ways where they might shoot him in the leg, not the chest. 2 frags coming in while I'm blabbering on. It is NaVi on match point. Guardian is still alive, which is very important. Look at the aggression from Smith. He needs to even things up here, but he's found the wrong angle. C's going to have an AWP of his own. Zeus coming in from CT spawn as well. That crossfire going to completely nullify EnVyUs' push. 2 versus 4 now. They've still got control of the bomb in B tunnel. But how much can they do with this, Dan?
Yeah, EnVyUs in a lot of trouble. They're about to get knocked out of this match and potentially squander their chances of making it through. They've got to be so careful here. But Screen, the sub, against 4 players, none of which have been tagged. Still grenades left. Scream is going to be working onto flamie and takes him down. But he spotted the next player, finds the head. Can't quite get the kill, though. Has 50 seconds to play with. He's going to retrieve that bomb. At least the bomb is free to pick up for him.
Yeah, let's bear in mind, NaVi do not know where the bomb is right now, which is why they've got 2 players rotating over towards the A site where they last saw Scream. If Scream can get himself a 1v1 and plant the bomb, then who knows? And it is Scream after all.
They will hear him. I think they will hear the stepping there. The guy in middle should be able to hear this. Absolutely he will. And Scream doesn't care about letting his presence be known at the moment. He actually wants them to face him for the jewels, so he can see if he can get some quick kills, because he needs to get a couple kills on the board here. Now one player has been spotted. He should be able to understand that there's got to be a guy on A site and B at this point. So he should know where all the players are. Spots the A player, needs a fast kill, gets the fast kill onto Guardian. Zeus and C's coming in from below. This is going to be difficult for them. Scream's got 10 seconds left to play with as he goes in for the fake plant. Can he bait out the player? Gets the fast headshot. 5 seconds left for the plant. Goes for it. Here comes Siege from the side. He will get the kill. He will end the round and the match. NaVi take it 21-18 in overtime. Very well played by NaVi. But you got to hand it as well to EnVyUs, who did super well considering that they were playing without Kiyoshima and with Scream standing in. So.
Yeah, and what an effort for Scream at the end. I'm sure all the chat were cheering him on for that one. That would have been a fantastic clutch on the level of Zeus's one earlier on the B bomb site, but it was NaVi to take the W in that one. We will see both teams in action later on today. 2 matches coming up for both of these teams. The next one being EnVyUs versus LGB.
And that'll be on Overpass. So guys, we'll take a very quick break whilst we set that one up. It was quite a long match, so we will...
We have one more subscriber raffle to do, and I think the exclamation mark should be overtime.
Okay. All right, well, with that interruption. Good luck, guys.
Wait, I've got one more thing.
Oh, God damn it, James. You always ruin my outro.
No, I've forgotten it now. Sorry.
All right, guys. I'll see you after the break.